What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to the latest video. I can't speak too loudly because Sarah's up, but obviously welcome to my new morning routine that has changed my life. There's nothing quite like the taste of coffee the first time it hits your lips in the morning. Good, yeah. I'm not going to take too much of your time now because, as I said, Sarah's asleep. I don't want to wake her up, so I will speak to you in a little while. In the morning, I'm off to train. Obviously, I've got PT this morning, and then I've got a big leg session, some big squat cleans inbound. So let's go.
Yes, team, we are done for the morning. I have PT'd. Now I am going to train. As I said, I've got legs, some heavy squat cleans to start off with, and then we've got some fun Metcon kind of work. So I won't show too much of the workout, so I'll just play some cool clips from probably the big lift and the fun stuff, and I will catch you back at home. Let's go. Yes, team, how are we? Some time has elapsed. I have obviously trained in the gym. I've been out and about, and it was a weird session actually. Didn't particularly feel that strong, didn't particularly feel that fit. I trained upper body yesterday, and weirdly I felt really strong. I didn't feel necessarily very fit. It just so depressing after like 1 week of just having, like, even we trained, but I think just 1 week having a little bit of a deload. It's mad. And just to be fair, we weren't really having any protein. It was all just pizza and pasta, so here's what it is. Something cool and exciting to kind of share with you is I'm actually not sure if I ever spoke about it on YouTube, but for those of you who follow me on the old Instagram, you will know that back in February time, a resistance band snapped in my eye when I was doing a muscle up, which teaches me, because why using a band on a muscle up? Wee! And it potentially did a lot more damage than we initially thought. So I now have to wear these bad boys. I kind of like them. Obviously, onto the video title, and onto, this is so weird. I'm filming myself and I can see glasses above. Sarah's weird. I've always been someone who is not a morning person. Like, and all of you will probably be like, yeah, but Alex, you get up at like knob 8 o'clock, and it's like, yes, that is because I have to. Like, my alarm goes off and I've got clients that I need to go and see in the gym, so I can't just sleep in and ignore it. Obviously, it's my choice to book those clients in at those particular times, but it's because I'd rather get things done in the morning, and I just don't like being in the evenings as well because it's very busy in the gym. What's happening with the lighting? Come on, lighting. Sarah will vouch for it, and she will agree at how grumpy I can be, especially probably when we look at lockdown, when I particularly didn't have to get out of bed in the morning. If I didn't have, say, a Zoom PT, then it was like I struggled to get myself out of bed, and it takes me a long time to get up. So something I've always kind of done, even obviously working in the gym, is that I'll have to kind of be up. It's an hour and 15-20 minutes before I actually start my day. Otherwise, say if I don't know how people just roll out of bed and go into work, I would literally be a retard. This gives me enough time to kind of wake up and things, but basically I now have a wake up routine, which I swear by. First and foremost, I've got to shout out why am I doing this. My good friend and business partner, Andrew Ball, said to me, you will like this book, I suggest you read it. So it is called Own the Day, Own Your Life by Aubrey Marcus. I could not recommend it more. I've listened to it on Audible, which is where I do a lot of my reading / kind of listening, I suppose. He basically just talks through a day of how to own it. So it obviously starts off in the morning when you wake up, and he goes through the whole process and this whole journey that he kind of goes on each and every single day, from morning, lunch, evening, sleep, like the whole process, and how you can kind of adopt the same kind of habits and own the day, own the life. And that's what he's kind of, the attitude he's trying to adopt is that you can only have an impact on the day. You can't have an impact on what happens tomorrow. You can't have an impact on what happens in a week. All you can do is focus on now, focus on today. And that's the big message he kind of gets across. And as he says, and it is so true, that it starts first thing in the morning. If you're someone who's then struggling to get up in the mornings and struggling to put certain habits and good routines into your life, if you're spending more time in bed, you're already losing that first battle. Everything I speak about, it is all come from him, come from this book. So I can't take any credit. I've just gone, you know what, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna see what happens. Like Sarah, yeah. How much did it help?
Yeah, it's better.
Well, that's helpful.
All I can hear is...
Yeah, I haven't got to that bit yet. That just sounds a bit weird. That all you can hear is... Okay, so first things first, alarm goes off at 4:40 AM. This hasn't changed, and I also put the volume on as silent as possible. The reason more for that is so that I don't wake Sarah up if she isn't up at the same time. Something I really like, and I do recommend highly, is that on having an Apple Watch, I always feel the vibrations on the alarm on my Apple Watch before I necessarily hear the noise of my alarm, which is, I feel like it's a nicer way to wake up regardless. What I then do is I get straight out of bed. It's like, right, bullet train. That alarm goes off at 4:40. I used to lie in bed till probably 5:02, then crawl into the shower and just like be stood in the hot water. It's like, and just takes so long to kind of wake up. So it's bullet, get yourself out of bed. I have a glass of water next to my bed anyway. But then what I do is I take it into the kitchen and I do 3 twists of the old pink Himalayan salt, as this is the best way and most efficient way to get in morning electrolytes. So what you won't think about is when you're sleeping, you haven't hydrated your body for however long you've been asleep. During the day, you might go an hour or 2 without having drinking any water, whereas at night you're going the entire sleep. So when we wake up in the morning, that is our time when our body is most dehydrated, and it's therefore the time that we need to give it as much hydration as possible. And what a lot of people are doing is first thing in the morning they'll go and have that hot shower, and then they'll go and have a coffee, which kind of, you're just dehydrating yourself at the first opportunity anyway. So you should be having a glass of water first thing regardless, and that is something I used to do, but obviously I used to have a shower and it was a bit, and I didn't used to have the salt. So salt goes in, I slowly drink this. I used to neck my water, and that was something Aubrey gets across to people, is that if you're necking it, it's like a punishment. You've got to slowly sip on it, and then it's good for the stomach as well. So then he talks about the fact that you should go get some vitamin D. That would be very difficult living in Manchester. So something I like to do, not really quite the same effect, but I just stand out the window staring into darkness, but it's the best you're gonna get in Manchester. So I stand out the window looking into the miserable rain and grey skies while I slowly drink my water. I then drink my water, and I then have to do a form of exercise. So he speaks about the fact that you need to elevate your heart rate and you need to wake the body up. So I do 11 burpees. Why 11? 11 is my favourite number. I like it and I like doing it. So
that brings us back to
yeah, that wasn't me just being a whale on the floor. I suppose technically it is in the morning. That first burpee, you're like, oh, okay. So already you've done the 11 burpees. I'll then kind of like control my breathing before going back in the bedroom and panting and wake Sarah up. Although I'll probably do. And then I go into the old bathroom and I then start my shower process. I like showers too much, and what I do, I enjoy my new little routine that I've got with the cold shower principle, but I couldn't be bothered with just having an entire like 5-10 minute shower in cold. It's just like, no, I'm not doing that. So I just have a normal shower. I basically just have a normal shower, do whatever I need to do in the shower. And then I start the Eindhoven breathing technique, which is nasal breathing, 30 breaths, and just really, really think about using your diaphragm. So it's really like nice, controlled, deep breaths. I do that, you do it to 30, but when I get to 20, I then turn the shower on as cold as it goes. So no matter where it is, when I get to 20, cold water hits my head, and it's like, whoa, like you could not shock your body more than having however many hundreds of liters pour over your body of cold water. And then the hardest bit is then trying to keep the breathing controlled, and that's the kind of technique of the whole Eindhoven breathing technique and things like that. I won't get too much into it, more because I just don't really know, so I don't want to say something that's not true. And that's kind of that. And then obviously I'll have a coffee, trying to be a little bit good on the old caffeine. So with the on espresso, I'll just tend to have one pod at the moment and just press it 3 times, so I've got like a big cup. I could not recommend taking these, even just one of these habits on board. To be honest, if you're gonna do one thing, I would say do the 11 burpees, because no one wants to have a cold shower. Like, no one enjoys doing that. That is the thing that out of all of them, that is the hardest bit. Which also probably makes it the most effective, because another thing people talk about, and I've heard this so many times before, is that by having a cold shower, by say jumping in cold water, like going in the sea first thing in the morning, you're basically doing something your body doesn't want to do, and it's like you've won the first battle of the day. Like mentally, like the mindset it then produces and creates for the rest of the day, it's like, right, I've already got one up. I've already got one up on life. I've already owned the day. So I can see the massive benefits of it, but if I was to lose one, it would probably be that. But the 11 burpees is probably the thing that really wakes me up, and then the cold shower is just like, it just shocks the hell out of you first thing in the morning. Yeah, guys, that is my morning routine. I could not recommend it more. I could not recommend reading or listening to that book, depending on what your lifestyle suggests. Take things on board, try things for yourself. Ultimately, like that's it. You've got to find what works well for you, because one thing that does work for someone might not work for someone else. So it's all about finding those good personal habits. And on that note, team, I will end up the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you can take some value away from it and apply these for yourselves. Make sure you hit the old like button, hit that big red button, and I will catch you in the next one. I'll see you very, very soon. Alex, out.